So Chuck, if I were to tell you that I was going to Las Vegas on Monday and I'm going there for 6 days for convention and I'm not bringing any luggage at all, I'm only bringing what I can carry in my jackets, what would you say to that?
I think you're insane.
And if I were to tell you that it's for charity, what would you say?
I think that's fantastic. I don't know how you're gonna make it. I don't know how you're gonna make it. I don't know how you're gonna make it.
Hi, Dan from Gear Diary here. Just want to spend a minute talking about the Gear Diary SCOTTEVEST No Baggage Challenge for Charity that Larry and I are embarking upon Monday morning. Just wanted to talk first of all about the charity. They've actually heard from a number of you already, and we just can't thank you enough. Also wanted to talk a little bit about the packing process. Larry and I have been on the phone, on Skype as it were, many times. We've both had our initial panicked calls to Scott, freaking out because we didn't know how we were going to actually do CES with no baggage. But it's been a really interesting journey even already, and the journey hasn't even started. In part because what we've discovered is that if you're going to go on a trip with less baggage, you actually need to give it a lot of thought ahead of time. You need to think through what you bring. You need to get rid of the redundancy. You need to think through those things that are essential to you and those things which you really don't really need, which is actually the majority of things. I mean, I'd like a little more flexibility than we're gonna
I don't know how you're gonna make it.
have, but we'll be just fine, don't worry. Did want to talk about the main replacement that takes place when you do a no baggage challenge, and that is, what do you bring your stuff in? So when I went to CES last year, I brought the largest suitcase that is reasonable for putting under a plane, and keeps you when full under the 50-pound or 55-pound limit. And I brought a backpack. Actually, I brought this backpack last year, and it was full. I mean, this is an awesome Timbuktu bag. You put your laptop in here. That's what I left open, and the laptop fell out in the taxi, and the really nice taxi driver brought it back. Another story, not one I'd like to live again. And basically, the backpack was full of all of my gear. It had a camera, it had my iPhone, it had my iPod Touch, it had a video camera, it had extra batteries, it had everything. It weighed a ton. So I had a full suitcase for the week, and I actually ended up wearing mostly everything. And I had this backpack, neither of which I can bring this year. So what am I going to bring instead? That's where 2 pieces of SCOTTEVEST clothing are going to come in really important. Let me just grab them for a second and show them to you. First up is the SCOTTEVEST 5.0 fleece. It's really incredibly comfortable. This particular fleece was a Hanukkah gift last year from Judy, and it's awesome. And this is going to actually be my gear bag. The reason I'm choosing this is it's very comfortable, and of course the sleeves zip right off so it can become a vest. Not sure if I'm going to actually bring the fleece with the sleeves or without the sleeves. I'm leaning toward without, but we'll see. But the thing about this is that it has a couple of really nice sized pockets. It's got a nice big pocket that'll hold my MacBook Air. It's got a pocket here for my iPhone. It's got a pocket here if I want to use the iPod Touch, which I'm primarily bringing so that I have another video camera in case the battery dies, because that was a huge issue last year. And I'm actually able to get the tab in the side pockets over here. So this actually becomes my gear bag, and I'll be wearing it most of the time, even if I bring the sleeves without the sleeves. And that's how I'm going to pack it. I'm going to pack it the way I would have packed the backpack, but instead I'm going to be wearing the vest. So that's easy, and that's probably not a big issue with bringing my stuff. Then there's the question of what do I use to replace the Mongo suitcase that I had. That's where the next piece comes in. This is the brand new SCOTTEVEST Revolution. It's actually really brand new because I haven't even taken the tags off of it yet. Scott sent this to Gear Diary for review, and I'm actually going to use this for CES for a couple of reasons. So I just want to take a quick tour around the jacket. If you can see, it's a little bit dark, but it actually looks just like the Revolution, and we'll put the link right after this video, the Revolution Plus. Love the Revolution Plus. It's actually become my winter coat this year. Really comfortable, heavy enough to be warm, light enough to be really comfortable and not to make you feel weighted down a lot. And it's been awesome, just awesome. Not bringing it because it has a lining, and the lining gets really hot. And the problem with being in Vegas and for CES is that it tends to be a little bit cool in the morning, and then as it heats up during the day, a jacket like that would probably be a problem. I actually ran into that with the fleece last year when I was wearing it. I ended up going through most of CES during the day, bringing my Evolution, which this is the jacket that replaces the Evolution. Scott actually goes through a video of the difference between the Evolution and this Revolution, and we're going to actually include that video as well. But what you'll see is that it's really incredibly comfortable, nice and light. It's waterproof, the Evolution was not, and the sleeves also are removable. So some days I can wear the fleece as a vest, some days I can wear this. This is what I'm going to wear as my suitcase, if you can call it that. This is what I'm going to take my clothing in. It doesn't have nearly as much space as the carry-on coat, which Larry's going to be using. I actually am choosing to bring this because I think I'll get a lot more utility out of this jacket than I would have out of the carry-on coat during the convention itself. So this is what I'm going to wear. One of the other differences is that they took away the pockets that were on the sleeves because they weren't so ergonomic. I actually would have liked those, but I'm going to have that if I wear the sleeves on the fleece. So let me just put the fleece on, cut for a second, put the fleece on, put this on, give you a look at both of them together. And then on Sunday, we're going to do the packing video. But just wanted to give you a quick look at the two jackets that I'll be using. One is my gear bag and one as my suitcase stand-in for the SCOTTEVEST No Baggage Challenge for Charity Gear Diary CES Haiti Plunge Edition. Here are the two of them together. As you can see, they actually fit together beautifully. There's not too much bulk. Again, there's nothing in them yet, but there's not too much bulk. It's really, really comfortable together, and it's really, really hot when you put them together. But hopefully this is gonna be enough space for me to carry everything on me. And that's it. Oh, one last point before we leave. The one place where I'm going to actually consciously do some redundancy is actually with regard to headphones. One of the things I love about SCOTTEVEST is that you can wire in your headphones. You can either do it the easy way with these little rubber things here, or you can do it actually underneath. I'm actually going to wire both jackets and also the tech shirt that I'm going to talk about on Sunday, because that way I don't have to think about, if I switch jackets or whatever, I don't have to think about having my headphones, which I'm primarily going to use so that I can do some audio recording to the iPhone or the iPod Touch. And I'm just going to have them in each one. It doesn't take up any weight, just makes life a lot easier. So I'm going to do that. So here is the new SCOTTEVEST Revolution over a Fleece 5.0. Really comfortable. I just got really, really warm. So this is actually a terrific combination if you're looking for a light, flexible jacket with sleeves that zip off and becomes a vest, and a heavier duty fleece for warmth that the sleeves also zip off. This has been Dan Cohen. This is an update for the SCOTTEVEST No Baggage Challenge for Charity Gear Diary CES Edition. Thanks for watching.
Traveling light like a vagabond, traveling light, a SCOTTEVEST stone.